This is the Asus ZenBook that we worked on in the previous video where we fixed the broken battery connector. Some viewers complained about the wire not being enough. Let me go to the microscope. This is the connector that we soldered on. Every pad was ripped off the board, and the only way to make this laptop work again would be to run wires from every pin of the battery connector onto its respected trace. We figured that out and we ran the wires and everything is good. The laptop is working and no problems at all. But some people complained, battery has 3 positive wires. Why did we only connect 1 wire? What you have to understand is those 3 wires are connected as one, and the wire that we soldered is 24 gauge. It's capable of handling 3.5 to 4 amps. But to make everyone happy, I'm going to go ahead and solder 1 more wire. So I'm doing this first thing today because the item is going to ship back to the customer today. Okay, so let's snap that wire off, and that's it. Only took a second. And I'm just gonna put a piece of Kapton tape so customer does not tamper with this area. Sometimes what happens is a customer wants to see what we did and they start to tamper with the area, and it's very easy to knock those wires off. And the job is done. Let's just make sure it's working. So here's what I did. I put a piece of tape over it so a customer does not tamper with this area. And let's turn it on. And we do see the light. It should go on. Okay, that's it. That's it. Customer sent it in its original box, so that's how we're going to ship it back. And now we can proceed with another repair. In this video, we're going to be working on the iPad Pro 12.9 inch that came in for a charging Flux replacement. Customer took it to a franchise known as CPR, and here's what they did. How many missing pads? The customer said he wants this fixed, and if we're not able to fix it, he want to replace the motherboard. What we're going to do here is attempt to run jumper wires for the missing pads. I just want to run jumper wires on the pins that we need to run jumper wires on. We do not have a circuit diagram for this board, so we do not know what each pin does. All those are the same, so no need to create any jumper wires here. This one here is the same as this, same as this, same as this, this, so on and so forth. So only the ones that connect to back of the board, such as these here, these are the ones that I will create jumper wires for. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pads. We are going to restore 7 pads and hope for the best. we're gonna run through all the pads, add solder, including the ones that we just scratched. This wire is amazing. This jumper wire is amazing. I mentioned this in the previous video. Solder sticks onto it very quick. So we do not have to pre-tin the wire. As soon as the soldering iron hits the wire, solder sticks on it like a wick. Okay, so we just have one more right here. And that's it, job is done. All we have to do is clean up and we can solder the flex cable. It's okay. This one is not needed. Like I said, we do not know what each pin does. We do not have a circuit diagram or a board diagram for this iPad. But right now we ran the wire to restore every broken trace. Not all the traces are responsible for the charging of the tablet, but these are data lines. The reason I put this solder mask is so we can secure those wires down in place and just expose them to UV light. A few seconds, the wires will harden. Okay, and let's check our flex cable to make sure it's good. This is the flex cable customer brought here. Customer brought in 2 flex cables. Let me check this one. This one is worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Number 14 is missing. And let's check what number 14 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It looks like 14 is in a connect, which is okay. We're gonna add flux all the way here. What I want to do is use a TriStar tester and see what we get. So let's connect it. And let's go ahead and test. So we got our first OK, which means that the charge and flex cable is connected. Anytime we see a delay in the progress bar here, it could mean that there's an issue. Because usually when the TriStar is good or when everything is good, the progress bar runs fast. Oh, let's wait and see. Right now it's almost time to go home. I'm leaving in 15 minutes, so hopefully this works out, because if it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to try other options. Warning. Let's click on more. We have 3 fails. We have 3 fails. So 4 passes and 3 fails. Now we could have a problem with the TriStar chip, and probably that's why the store attempted to replace the charging flex, because they thought the problem could be the charging flex. But we could very well have a problem with the TriStar chip, or it could be that the flex cable is not making a good connection with those jumper wires that we did, or it could be that the flex cable itself is not good.
Stop motion. I have a stop motion app. I've turned my camera.
So right now we have one of the 3 options. It could be that our jumper wires, maybe a couple of them are not making a good connection, and that's why we have 3 fails here. Or it could be that the flex cable itself is not good, or it could be that our TriStar chip is not good. So every time a customer comes in, I have to put the mask and I have to fix my beard again, because right now what I'm going to do is remove the flex cable since we do not need it. I'm going to replace it anyway, and I just want to check on the condition of the jumper wires. I'm very positive they are still in a good condition, but let's check before I go home. Okay. Let's take a look. And look at that. Look at that. Everything is intact. Look at this jumper wire, very solid. Those are missing from the beginning. 1 pad is enough to control all 4, because all of them, they connect to each other. Same thing here, we have 2 pads and these are sufficient. We do not need to do anything here. This wire is still intact. We lost the solder mask here. That's not a problem. This wire is still intact. Look at this, very solid. We did not lose any wires. That shows how solid those jumper wires are. Okay, so we did lose one here, and that's probably when I pulled up the flux cable. We're gonna have to run a wire here again, and it looks like we lost those two. So we're gonna have to run 3 wires again, and I'm gonna also run a wire here just in case this one is not making a good connection. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna restore the 3 lines that we lost. We're gonna change the charging port flex cable and test. If we still have an issue, then we're gonna replace the TriStar chip and hopefully the board will work. If the board still does not work, then the next option for the customer would be to change the board, and the customer is open to that. We just have to let them know the price of replacing the board. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Even though it's a no fix, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.